We need a new economic system because of four systemic interlinked problems. I call them the 4 U's. Our current economy is unsustainable, it's unfair, it's unstable, and it makes too many people unhappy. You'd think with all this problem of burning up the planet, with causing more and more crises, all this unfairness that causes all these social problems, you'd think at the very least humans on the whole would be getting happier. They're not. Happiness in the UK has flatlined over the last 30 years, whereas GDP has doubled. So on all those counts, unfair, unstable, unsustainable, and making people unhappy, this system doesn't work. We need a new economic model. One of the factors that the unfairness in terms of distribution of both income and wealth leads to is to large groups of people who just feel their voice is not being heard anymore. They feel not cared for. The first thing that one needs in a well-being economy, and by what is an economy that seeks to maximize the well-being of all humans. Now, by well-being, I'm not just talking about happiness. I could be happy on an illegal substance, high as a kite, but I probably wouldn't be flourishing, not in the long term anyway. Whereas well-being is about people not just feeling good, but also functioning well, having resilience, flourishing. So well-being, the term I like is flourishing. We're looking about how humans flourish. So you'd want an economic system that maximized human well-being. You'd want a system, though, that really dealt with the big systemic flaws. We know that unemployment and inequality cause a real problem of unhappiness, of lack of well-being. First thing one needs in a well-being economic system is to meet the basic needs of every single human being on the planet. Looking after and protecting our environment and providing that for our children and our grandchildren is another crucial element of a well-being planet. A third thing is to reduce inequality massively. We know that work of people like Richard Wilkinson and Kate Pickett have shown that too much inequality causes all sorts of social problems. It's highly correlated. So if we want people to have high well-being, we've got to tackle that. So those are some of the things that we need to do if we want a high well-being planet. We also know that people affected by loss much more so than necessarily by gain. So the idea that you make people have high well-being by growing the economy fast and then crashing it, that's not the way. Actually, people need stability, they need good jobs, they need some sense of security in their lives, and they need a sense of fairness. So well-being is both about those big things, but a well-being society also is how we are to each other. And New Economics Foundation, where I used to work, came up with very practical, what are the 5 ways at an individual level that can increase my well-being? And they called it 5 ways to well-being, and the NHS has picked it up and others. And those 5 things are, first of all, connect. Critically, our well-being depends on our connections with other people, our friendships, who we know, who supports us. Secondly, take notice. Do you just look at your screen all the time, or do you sit in the train and look at the amazing things going past the window? Do you take in what's happening in the world? Because that's very crucial to our well-being. A third is much more obvious, but it is keep active. That matters. Everybody's lots of research on that. The fourth is keep learning. That's critical to our well-being. And then the fifth is the most critical of all, give. Because if we give of our love, our time, our money, our resources, that most uneconomic of all, economics it all is about what you can get. It's not about giving. Look at giving in economics, forget it. But giving is absolutely crucial to our well-being as human beings. And that is crucial to an economic system of the future. It has to be one that is based on people giving to each other and recognizing each other. So what I'm talking about is a world that's both fairer with many more good jobs and meeting the basic needs of everybody, but also a world where more and more people feel that they are valued and they feel that what they're doing is valuable. That is crucial to the world we need to create, and it's doable.